Happy Friday, everybody. I'm forecaster Dustin Staples here on the finally Friday of the month of September. We're getting ready to tilt the calendar as we go towards this upcoming weekend. Definitely feeling like fall for sure. And we're going to continue to stay in this pattern as we do approach in the next several weeks ahead of us. So again, our summertime weather fans, we're going to still see some 80s here and there. But again, it does appear this pattern is beginning to break where we're going to begin to see more like fall than we are summer right now. Again, clouds will hang tough for much of the day, but we'll eventually see clouds break. Our friends toward the coast will see clouds continue to linger on through Saturday, but other than that, most areas will be officially kind of out of this mode of overcast skies. We do go into next week. Pretty cool out there. 67 Washington right now. The dew point 63. So again, the humidity is not as humid as we saw earlier this week. Again, a lot of this tropical moisture is kind of a part of this feeding and seeing a lot of this warm air in place. But again, other than that, it is definitely feeling like a nice a nice fall like September day out there too. Pirate Camp coming in at 68. Winds out of the north at 8 miles an hour, also feels like 68 degrees as well. So again, trying to do some stuff today. Keep an umbrella with you, maybe a light sweater or jacket, depending if you're a cold nature, warm nature, depending on what you do. Other than that, temperatures are not bad out there. 71 towards the Hatteras, down towards Dare and Hyde County, mid-60s across parts of Rocky Mount towards the Greenville and Pitt County region. So again, not a bad day as you're trying to get things started. And again, our feels like temperatures, well, pretty much is what you see is what you're going to get really. So there's no subtle change in the forecast. Radar is not looking bad either. Maybe a few clouds here alongside of the Dare and Hyde County regions, but other than that, most inland areas are doing pretty okay as of this time. Now again, our winds are going to continue to be playing factor through the rest of today. Going into the weekend, we'll see the king tide that's going to be affecting us. Again, winds right now as of the time will be the mid 5 to 15 miles an hour range as well. We'll fast forward this here again, winds are going to be pretty gusty along the coast. Other than that, inland areas seeing a northerly flow right around 5 to 10 miles an hour. And again, as that king tide is in effect, we'll see gusts up to maybe 30 here along the coast. Sustained winds will be right around 15 to 25, and most areas should remain okay. As of the latest advisory on Philippe, the storm is going to be eventually starting to say farewell to us pretty soon. It's running into a little bit of a weakening action as the storm is trying to gradually get itself together. After doing several loop-de-loops this weekend, it's going to eventually move its way up to tropical storm status, still remaining a tropical storm, just shy of 5 miles of becoming a hurricane. But other than that, I think this storm is going to eventually start to dwindle down as it runs into a little bit more of an action running from packed with that too. Real quick on Tropical Storm Rena. Also showing the storm beginning to move its way and also interacting with Philippe. So these two storm systems are going to eventually kind of collide together-ish almost. And other than that, it's not going to create a concern for either us in the ENC or pretty much the United States area. These storm will eventually start to develop into a remnant low pressure as we get towards next week. So again, rainfall amounts have nothing to do with any sort of tropical storm, but again, just that stubborn frontal boundary that's been hanging along the coast here for the past several days. A quarter of an inch of rain is expected. So again, give or take, some areas may see nothing, and other areas may see a sprinkle here or there. The rip currents risk along your Friday is low to the Crystal Coast, remaining moderate as you make your way to the southern Outer Banks. The northern Outer Banks is at that high category, so we've got all three colors here. Again, because of the king tide, that is kind of what we're seeing in this, and also those winds are playing a bit of a factor in with that as well. Maybe trying to do some lawn mowing again today. I would advise you kind of not do much of that. Again, the ground is sort of wet depending on where you are, but the good news is as we get towards starting in next week and Sunday and Monday, we should be pretty okay to get out there and maybe get some weed whacking done as well. Real quick, your football forecast for tonight. No rain is expected. Mild temperatures staying in the 70s near kickoff. Will quickly drop to right on 69 degrees later on this afternoon. And we may be changing this to a partly clear sky nighttime as our sunsets will be getting earlier and earlier every day. Here's your forecast again for the rest of the afternoon going into the night. Clouds will hang tough, and none of that temperature staying in the 60s. We'll do a rinse and repeat again tomorrow, maybe a few sprinkles here or there throughout your Saturday. Other than that, Sunday's not looking too bad either. We'll see temperatures staying in the 60s in the morning and the low to mid 70s in the afternoon. Again, some showers and drizzles here, Mr. Drizzle here on Saturday as well. But other than that, will remain mostly sunny. Generally, as we do begin October, staying fairly mild. Highs are staying in the 80s, your overnight lows in the 60s.